body's a suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Fear Street 2021 is the 2021 horror movie directed by Lee Janiak, and it stars Kiana Madeira, Olivia Scott-Welch and Benjamin Flores Jr. I am late to the party with all of these Fear Street movies, so this is going to be a spoiler review. A circle of friends accidentally encounter the ancient evil responsible for the series of brutal murders that have plagued our town for over 300 years. When they announced the years that these Fear Street movies were going to be set, when I found out that there was one that was set in 1994, I instantly took myself back to the Scream era. Although Scream came out in 1996, it still ran about the same time, and you do get that feeling straight from the beginning of the movie, and it was obviously intentional because you've got Marco Beltrami back doing the score just as he did for the Scream movies, and it did feel like a Scream movie to begin with. You've got someone being stalked by someone with a mask on. At the start you've got Maya Hawke, who is Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter. She's the first victim in the film. She plays Heather, and the way she was killed as well is very reminiscent of Drew Barrymore's Casey Becker. Touching on the subject of score and music in the film, Marco Beltrami done a great job in this, doing the score for Fear Street. It really did feel like the mid-90s, thanks to him being the main guy who done the scores for all the slasher movies from the mid to the late 90s, so that did help. But when it comes to the music itself, yes, we had a lot of 90s music in there, but I think it was over excessive. They played a song every couple of minutes. Sometimes they played a song straight after another song. They're trying to tell us that it's set in 94. They're trying to tell us, listen to this song came out in the 90s. Yeah, we know that. You don't have to play a 90s song every 2 minutes. We get that it's set in the 90s. The look and the quality of the film was really good as well. It had that neon buzz to it, and I do like neon. As you can see, I've got a kind of neon style set up myself, so I do like the kind of neon glow throughout the 1990s Fear Street. It did feel a little polished though. It felt like it was a Netflix movie. You know, when you watch a movie, you can tell if it's an Amazon Prime movie or a Netflix movie. You can tell that this is a Netflix movie. Something that was a big letdown for me was the characters. I couldn't get behind any of the characters. I didn't hate the characters. There just wasn't that one character that I wanted to latch onto. I think the closest that I latched onto anyone was Heather at the beginning, and she obviously died within the first couple of minutes. The story was obviously like the movies we saw time and time again, like your Scream movies, your urban legend movies, etc. And I know that Fear Street came probably before that. I can't even remember. I don't know. I've never read a Fear Street book, so I don't know if the stories that are being told through Netflix are stories that were actually in the Fear Street books, and if it was, did it come before or after Scream? I just don't know. But because Scream did come out first in terms of movies, it felt like it was copying Scream, not just with the story, but in terms of the tone and the way that they set the movie out. I don't know if anyone's done a comparison to the likes of Scary Movies to Tell in the Dark, Goosebumps, or You're Afraid of the Dark, but it did feel like that. It felt like some sort of more gruesome tale and that type of level. Here's my biggest issue. In the UK it was set as a rating 18, and in the US etc as rated R. I think if you took out some of the dialogue, like the F's and the shits, and they took out some of the sex scenes and maybe took out some of the death scenes, the kill scenes, not took them out but kind of made them less gruesome, you could have easily passed this as a 12A in the UK, because it was a tame story. It seemed like it was written for kids, and it might have been at the time, but it just felt like a kid's story stuck in an R-rated movie, if that makes sense. I think people seeing that it's an R-rated movie and seeing that it's rated 18 in the UK were expecting a really gruesome film, and we got some gruesome kills in the film, but they were unnecessary. They were unnecessary for the type of film that it was. It was almost like a kids movie battling with an adults movie, and they've meshed it together, and it was quite not convoluted, what's the word I'm trying to find. It was a bit of a mess up, to be honest. You're probably thinking, well, he must have hated this movie. I actually didn't hate this movie. I thought it was pretty good, to be honest. I just felt like I was underwhelmed with what I was expecting. But there's part of me that has that nostalgic feel to the mid in the late 90s horror slashers that makes me enjoy it a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't enjoy it as much as I did, but I did enjoy it overall. I just was expecting a little bit more. I'm obviously going to be reviewing the next 2 movies in the franchise as well, so look out for that. But leave a comments down below, guys. Let me know if you like this movie. Try not to talk about the next 2 movies down below yet. You can talk about them when I bring out the reviews for those, and obviously I'll be doing a ranking for all 3, so if you want to compare them all, wait for the ranking video. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll see you soon, bye bye.